Hey, what's up?
I remember when I went into the studio, I felt like I was really prepared because I had been outside for weeks doing warm-ups and I was singing to myself. So every neighbor could probably hear me. So we knew already when we got to Italy and we were going to record for the vocals. So we tried to, make sure that there was enough time for the vocals and the vocalists to really get into the mood of the songs, so it would sound authentic and real.
I think we spent probably just as long time for the vocals as we did on the drums, because in the sound image, that's the thing you always hear, The drums are always there, but also the vocals are always there, so they have to be just right.
Yes.
And didn't you spend a lot of time while we did our drums and guitars and piano and stuff like that? Didn't you use time to practice?
Yes, I was basically practicing every day outside the studio and just, singing my lungs out. I think when I went into the studio, I was at my best vocally. I don't think I've ever been so good before. And that was just because I was outside every day singing and practicing and,
Yeah, preparation was key. Although I do remember that we had some last minute changes with the lyrics. Yeah, the growling. I didn't have quite a lot of time to do my parts because it isn't that much complex as opposed to the melody lines. However, I did prepare myself with the warm-up outside, where I stood outside and just growled and tried to get in the best shape I could. And it's quite funny actually, because in Norway we have always bad weather, sort of. There's snow and rain and harsh weather. But in Italy we had sun and everything was like peaceful and quiet, and you could hear the children in the streets and stuff like that. So to get in the mindset of this dark kind of tale that we were supposed to do, or at least my parts are always the most darkest, so to get in the mindset was quite a challenge actually. And also I felt the pressure during my parts, because we had to do some filling vocals with Marius and Jörgen for the intro. Also Jörgen did some shouting and inhaling on Voices of Hunger and Grand Warfare Through Dark Ages.
And also we had to record a lot of harmonies, basically everywhere.
Yeah, and backing vocals and stuff like that, so it was a really time-demanding effort.
Fortsatt länge att gå uppåt. Excuse me, sir, could you please fucking stop so we can take your fucking car?
Please.
You're talking about royal faces?
Yes, I am.
Feces?
Fetus. Royal fetus. Bring me my newborn royal fetus.
Ska vi se något sakligt det kan vara?
Nej!
During the last days of recording, we got in a session musician to play some violins and viola for us. Luca Di Fato, he drove all the way from Milan just to record for us, and we really appreciate his contributions in past, present and future, and at the 11th hour. It turned out awesome.
Vad sa du? Vad sa du?
Han bara snackade med mikrofoner. Ja, jag gjorde det. Det är väldigt tufft att vi har fått en professionell violinist att spela in fiolin och bratsch på albumet vårt.
Från Milan.
Följ med.
Despair.
Nej, satt där. Nej! You feel the pressure? I feel the pressure, man. You feel the pressure?
Jeg lærte ikke engang som jeg kan alt om tolken. Det var sånn.
You wanna know why I drink beer? It's my life is gonna be beautiful as sunshine.
So when it comes to the final editing and mixing of the songs, one thing I can remember actually the placement of the different instruments.
Yeah, the way we hear our kind of music is probably somewhat different from other bands, because at least for my own ears, I always tend to listen to bands, and if they have orchestral elements in them, they are always the main priority when they play.
Yeah, you can't really hear the guitar riffing that much.
Yeah,
and those kind of songs.
They mostly get unprioritized.
Yeah, everything we create has a meaning, you know. So there's complex guitars, complex bass, and also there's a lot of melody and meaning in the orchestration. So, and you know, it's the way it fits with our music. We can't unprioritize anything, you know.
I know that when Vau asked us about our kind of sound, rather than putting the orchestra in front and in line with the band, we wanted to push it a little bit back, but rather push it forward when it needs to come forward, instead of taking over, you know, because an orchestration is kind of like much more elements to it than the band. It tends to get a bit dominating at times. I think that was what we tried to explain to Vau, and then he did it, you know. He spent a lot of time on each song and did the volume changes and the automation. After he was done with the song, then we listened to it and gave him like directions and changes that we wanted to do.
Yeah, so that was kind of the process, you know. He made changes, and we would listen and give some feedback, and we would maybe discuss a little bit, and we repeated that process, and yeah, suddenly we were done.
Yeah, the mixing went smooth actually, although the work was not done when we came back to Norway, because we had to prepare for the release. And also the album was mastered in Elephant Studios in Rome, which I think Vau attended personally to overlook our mixing, or the process.
The mastering of the tracks, it was kind of the same process. We got, I think, 5 different versions, and we just got together and carefully listened through all 5 of the masters and decided. So one of the big highlights from the recording sessions was definitely meeting our label manager, Carlo Bellotti from Wormhole Death Records.
And he listened to the songs and gave us some inputs, and he left with a good grin and was looking forward to the release, I think.
Yeah. It was quite motivating for us, and also the fact that he was really passionate about what we wanted to create. So yeah, in all, it was a really fun and professional experience for us as a band.
So we hope that this documentary gives you an insight to the production of our album, Fall of the Seventh Golden Star.